So today, Dave and I are going to be talking about PEMDAS. So what is PEMDAS? It's an acronym that we use to explain the order of operations. It stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. We have to use it when we're solving problems that use multiple signs. So how do we remember it? Well, usually people use different acronyms. How many of you learn the acronym, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally?
Woo!
From what I know, it's one of the most popular acronyms that people use. There are also other ones that you can use, such as purple elephants marching down the street. So why does it matter? Why do we need to use order of operations? Well, let's compare solving an expression to baking cupcakes. Order definitely matters when you're baking cupcakes. First, you have to put the liners in the pan, then you make the batter, then you bake the cupcakes, and then after you toss the cupcakes, and usually, or at least if I'm making cupcakes, they tend to taste pretty good. But if you do all these steps in a completely different order, you're not usually going to get the cupcake that you want. It might not even look like a cupcake. So if you put the frosting in first, and then you mix all the ingredients, and then you bake the cupcake, and then you put the liners in, it's not going to look like a very good cupcake. So, like I said, this is also the case with expressions. On the left, we have the correct order of solving an expression, 8 plus 9 times 10. First, you have to do the multiplication. So you do 9 times 10, you get 90, and then you add the 8, and you get the correct answer of 98. And if you do it the wrong way, which is on the right, you add the numbers first, 8 plus 9 to get 17, and then you multiply by 10, you get 170, and that's definitely not the right answer. So just one thing to note is that the multiplication and division are interchangeable, and the addition and subtraction are interchangeable. You can do them in either order, but normally they're done as you see them in the expression from left to right.
So from here, we'll take you through an example that uses every sort of expression. So we'll break down parentheses first. Parentheses it comes in brackets, so it's used to group things. So there are actually different types of parentheses. They denote the same thing, but they're interchangeable in an expression. Exponents are the next in the order. They're powers of numbers, numbers raised to a base number. You use them to shorten an expression. A common symbol that you'll use for those is a little caret key. So if you're using it in a statistical package like R, that would be the character you'll use for it. Multiplication, that's adding a number together a specific number of times. The symbols usually use an X or a star. As you can see, there's a little example there, 9 times 5 minus 3. You'll do the multiplication first, and then the subtraction. Division puts numbers into groups. Common symbols for those are the division symbol itself and a backslash. As Reagan mentioned, the division and multiplication are interchangeable, so if you have those together, you can do it from left to right. Addition, you're just adding numbers together. Subtraction, you're taking away a specific number. Addition and subtraction are similar to multiplication and division, and you can do them in any order, reading them left to right. And it's because they're undoing each other essentially. One adds, one subtracts, so they're the opposites of each other. So now we're going to run through that first example we showed you there. So we'll start with parentheses. You'll do the 2 minus 5 in the parentheses, moving to the exponent next, 2 to the power of 3, which comes out to be 8. You'll do division next because you're reading from left to right, and division is the first one you hit. So 15 divided by -3, which hits you with a -5. Then you'll go to multiplication next on the end there with 7 times 8, followed by subtraction, which you'll have 60 minus a -5, leaving you with 65 plus 56, and the only symbol left is addition, leading you to the final conclusion of 121. So from there, we're going to conclude with, if you're using PEMDAS, using Aunt Sally's method, you'll come out with the correct answer. Same thing with PEMDAS, if you use the correct order of operations, you'll come out with the right expression. Thank you.